And speaking about, the whole 80s thing, do you listen to a lot of the modern metal bands now?
I hear a lot of that stuff just obviously from touring.
Yeah.
And I get exposed to a whole lot of stuff, especially with Andy Sneap. He played with us the last 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
He came up on stage with us, and he produces everybody.
Oh yeah.
Everybody that's metal, that's good goes
Megadeth,
through Andy.
Nevermore.
Yeah, and all these bands like I'd never heard of Arch Enemy, and all these guys. And
really lucky to have great connections with him. He mixed the last album, didn't he? And obviously he did stuff on the album before.
Yeah, we recorded a lot of stuff at Andy's place. His studio's amazing in Belper, which is outside of Derby or in Derby.
But I always wondered, obviously FOZZY had the cover albums with the 80s songs in them. Were there any songs that were originally, obviously I'm assuming that before you had loads of ideas of what you wanted to play, loads of songs, then you had to sort of shortlist them down to the songs that made the album. Were there any other songs that you can remember that were going to sort of...
You mean covers or originals?
Covers.
I think there was a full set of covers. That's how it started. It was all covers. So I think they just picked the best of the best, and the whole story that went along with the gimmick was that they were
stranded in Japan.
They were locked in Japan, and Ozzy really stole this song
and Maiden and
Priest.
You
know the story.
I know the story.
Yeah.
I love FOZZY for you don't want to know how long. No, you don't really know how deep my obsession goes. Please cut that out. What covers were originally there that didn't make it? I'm just intrigued.
Oh God, you're going back 10 years on me. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know what did not make the record. I think they all made the record. Maybe, I don't know.
Were those originals as well? Were they sort of written afterwards to sort of pad out the album? Or were they just kind of like...
Well, I think as the progression went, from that gradual move from covers to serious band, Rich never stops writing. He's always, a lot of times, we'll do a Stuck Mojo record and there'll be 3 songs left over or more, and they all find...
Revival was a Stuck Mojo song, wasn't it?
That's a perfect example of how it happens sometimes. We'll just have too many songs, and they're great songs, or for some reason they just don't quite fit on this record, but they get reused, they get recycled because they're still good, so they find their homes along the way.
So what other FOZZY songs were previously,
Oh God. I don't know. I think that was the only time that ever happened like that, as far as I know. Rich might have, you just never know.
Just reusing Rich, I suppose.
Yeah. If they'll find a home. It's like a shelter for dogs. They'll all find a home eventually. You know what I mean?
That's a great analogy.
Eventually they'll all find a home.
Okay. Well, obviously everything now is quite vague with FOZZY, but are there any definitive plans for the future?
It's getting there. I know, like I said, we fly to Detroit as soon as we get home. On the 22nd, we have the WrestleMania event next weekend, and then this whole thing with Sharon, our agent, she's talking about dates for November. We have a Canadian tour that's coming up. I'm not sure the exact dates. I think it's in late June or July. These things come up quick. Yeah. Just from the time we started this tour to now, Stuck Mojo got booked 6 shows.
Wow.
And I was
That's like a few days.
What? Where did these shows come from? We got booked to do this festival in Germany, and then our tour manager over there is just filling in all these cool spots. We might have 3 festivals now.
Well, you're on Napalm Records now, Stuck Mojo, aren't you? And they're very connected to certain festivals. Very connected.
That's right.
I can imagine it being a lot easier for Stuck Mojo to get stuff than FOZZY, actually. Oddly enough, just because Napalm Records are just so down with the scene.
Yeah. I think our contact for this booking was, I think his name's Bjorn, and he's a longtime fan, and he was putting it together, and he said, I want Stuck Mojo on this.
When I heard Stuck Mojo were actually on Napalm Records, I was really surprised, because you stick out a lot. They usually deal with like folk metal stuff.
Yeah, they've got one band I remember is Ailstorm. Authentic Scottish pirate metal. And I'm like, God, I've heard so many, 16th century madrigal metal, and I've heard all kinds of metal.
Please don't judge the UK on Ailstorm.
No,
we are embarrassed as anyone else is about them. Seriously, we are so embarrassed about Ailstorm.
No comment. However, what do you think about us doing a band? I want to do UK canal boat metal.
Canal boat metal.
Yes, I don't think it's been done yet. I love the canal boats here. I love the canal scene.
There is cave metal, by the way. So
Caveman
metal.
metal.
Yeah.
Caveman metal.
caveman, yeah.
I'm gonna stick with canal boat metal. I don't know how we're gonna work it. We'll just set up on one of these narrow boats and just float down the canal and just
Yeah.
You should do a live show on your boat
Yeah.
and sort of float down, have everybody on the bank kind of watching.
that's it.
That'd be
Throwing
original.
shit at us.
You're allowed to swear.
Okay.
Yeah, do you have any final words that you want to say?
I just thank you for doing this interview. Thank you for sticking around and coming out and seeing us. And,
You're welcome.
Taking the time to make this happen.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for the interview.
Good luck with the shows.
Thank you.